welcome back to my channel. This is such an exciting video for me. I've kind of always dreamed about the day that I would film this video for you guys, and that day is finally here, and it is so weird and so exciting. So if you are not my follower on Instagram or Twitter, then you may not know, but I'm pregnant. It's so weird, it's so exciting. So I posted this picture right here on my Instagram and my Twitter to announce to you guys that I am pregnant. It is so exciting. I can't wait. I'm terrified but so excited all at the same time. Like, so many emotions. I can't even I can't even I don't even know what to say. It's just been so far it has been the craziest, wildest roller coaster ever, and I'm only 12 weeks. So yes, as of today I am 12 weeks, 1, 2, 3 days. By the time this video goes up, it might be a little bit later than that. I'll probably be the 13 and a half weeks, just because I have a couple more videos that are going to go up and then this one. So I'll probably be 13 and a half weeks. So officially over the first trimester, and thank God, you guys, because that first trimester was so hard. I have to say, I probably had it a lot better than a lot of people, but for one, I was super exhausted. So tired to the point where I was falling asleep at my desk at work. I've been falling asleep at 7:30 at night every day, but then waking up at 1 a.m. and not being able to go back to sleep. And then so it's I'm lacking sleep but super tired. Eating has been quite difficult. I never actually threw up yet, thank God, knock on wood, but the nausea has been there. The food aversions, oh my God, the food aversions. I basically haven't been able to eat any kind of meat. Things like chicken and eggs and all of that stuff that I used to love were just completely nauseating and just repulsive to me. So basically I resorted to carbs, because veggies were also one of those things. I tried to eat a salad and I couldn't eat the salad. I tried eating salad multiple times and I couldn't. The smell of chicken was just to me. So basically it was carbs, pasta, french fries, potatoes, pierogies, so good. Cheese, lots of grilled cheese sandwiches, lots of ravioli, lots of bread. And so yeah, it was a very unhealthy 3 months, we'll just put it that way. But now I'm finally, ooh, itchy nose, to the point where I can eat chicken again, I can eat a salad again, and so I'm oh, thank the Lord, my appetite is coming back. So yeah, I thought today I would film a little question and answer video for you guys. When I announced on Instagram, I did ask you guys to leave me some questions, so I figured I would go ahead and answer those for you guys. And I also, before I do that, I did film a couple of clips of when I found out and when I told Matt. Now, it's so funny because Casey Holmes posted her announcement video the day that I started, the day that I found out, or the day that I took the test to find out. And so it's so funny because I just I wasn't necessarily planning on filming anything, but then I saw her video where she filmed her reaction and she filmed her husband's reaction, and it was just such a special thing to be captured on tape that I was you know what, I kind of want to do that also. So anyways, she's what inspired me to do it. So I will insert my reaction for you guys here. Where I feel it's not real. Like when I was getting married, I remember thinking to myself that this is not real. It feels like I'm dreaming or something. This is so weird. I kind of felt like I was gonna throw up, in the bathroom, so I had to walk. And it was fast, you guys. It wasn't 3 minutes. The box says to wait 3 minutes. That line started popping up in like 13 seconds. Not that I was counting, but it was fast. It was like almost immediately that line started to come up. And now it's like a solid, 2 solid red lines. This is so weird. I have to tell Matt today because I am not going to be able to keep this a secret. What am I supposed to do? I can't think about anything right now other than this. Holy crap. It's so funny because I was kind of half expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it. And so that line on that pregnancy test, it happened so fast, you guys. Like, I know that they say like wait 3 minutes or, you know, whatever the directions say, but for me it was like instantly that line popped up. So there wasn't even an element of anticipation. It was kind of like pee, boop, there's the line. Like, it was so fast that I was like, that can't be right. Like, there's no way that's right. We had planned on waiting, so we were trying. This wasn't like a surprise. We were trying. And so I had planned on waiting. I took it the day my period was supposed to start. And we had kind of talked about it, and I was like, well, let's take it the day after my period is supposed to start. That way we know for sure we're not wasting a pregnancy test. And the time that day rolled around, I was like, I had to do it. I couldn't wait. I was like, I need to take this test now. So I actually took it on my lunch break at work. And then I still had some extra time before I had to go back to work, so I like ran down to Walgreens, bought more pregnancy tests, and sure enough, the other one was positive. Needless to say, they were all positive. There wasn't any that were like kind of positive or like maybe positive or like, oh, is that negative? No, they were all like instantly positive. So I called my doctor to schedule like the appointment where you confirm. And I was like, I'm just not sure. She was like, well, a positive test is pretty positive. Like, you're not really gonna get a false positive pregnancy test. And I was like, oh my God, this is a real thing. So then I had to think about like how I'm going to announce to Matt. And so there's a gift shop that's attached to the building that I work in that has baby stuff. So I found this super duper cute onesie that says like, this shirt is daddy proof or something like that. I'll insert a picture for you guys here so you can see. And I wrapped it up and then I gave that to Matt, so I will insert his reaction for you guys here. It's a late Christmas present.
If this is a center of your head, I'm gonna be very upset. What is it? A fun wrap. Are you filming me?
No.
What's up to me?
Yeah. I'm looking at something.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Stop it.
What are you filming me for?
I'm not filming you. Are you nervous?
No. What? Really?
Did you see my note?
Yeah. Really?
This was the first one. Then
No,
this
is that pee?
one, maybe. Then this one. And this one. And this one. That one was like the faintest.
That one doesn't show.
Yeah, there's like a little faint line. But that was the last one I took, so I think it just got peed out. I'm super excited. Maybe I was fine.
That's why.
So yeah, I told Matt, of course, the day that I found out, and we kind of talked about like, well, when do we want to tell our families? Like, I was so excited to tell my family, but I also at that point kind of felt like it wasn't real, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't seem real. I don't know why. Like, it seemed real because like I felt pregnant, I felt different, but I also just kind of had the same symptoms that you have when you're starting your period. And that's the hard thing, is like initial pregnancy symptoms are very similar to like period symptoms. So I was like kind of tired, my boobs were really sore, I had like slight cramping, like it just, so I was like, is this really a real thing? like, I don't know, I didn't want to get everybody excited if it wasn't an actual thing. So we kind of decided that we'd wait until we went to the doctor. The doctor confirmed everything, and then we told our family. So I have something on my tooth and I'm stuttering. In anticipation for that, I went on Etsy and tried to think of cute ways to tell everybody, and we ended up buying these mugs, and I'll insert a picture for you guys here, that say you've been upgraded from human grandparent to, no, you've been upgraded from dog grandparent to human grandparent. And I bought one for my mom and my dad, Matt's parents, and I bought one for my sister as well. And we wrapped those all up and sent it to them, and we told them, like, call us before you open this. And so that was really fun to hear or see their reactions, although Matt's parents opened it before they called us. So we didn't get to hear their reaction, but they were still really excited when they called us. So yeah, that was really, really fun. And then we started to kind of slowly tell friends and stuff like that. And then we did our big announcement, of course, when you guys saw that picture. So it's been exciting, and okay, let's get into the questions. Okay, so the first question is, did you have any morning sickness or cravings? No cravings other than like just the food that didn't sound bad to me. I would start to crave, like there was one day where I was like, oh, garlic bread sounds good. But I think it was only because like that was one of the only things that didn't sound bad to me. Like for a while there, literally all I was eating was plain pasta or ravioli and like breakfast cereal. And so one day I was like, oh, garlic bread doesn't sound bad. And so it's been more of that. I haven't had any cravings yet, but we'll see. It is still kind of early on, so we'll see if I have any cravings. And then as far as morning sickness goes, I feel like the term morning sickness is a big fat lie because it is all day sickness. I wasn't any sicker in the morning than I was in the afternoon. In fact, sometimes right before bed was when I felt the sickest. And so it was all day, but yeah, I didn't throw up or anything. It was more of just like nausea and feeling sick. And then of course the food aversion. Someone asked, what made you think to take the test? And were you actively trying, or did you have symptoms? So I kind of already talked about that a little bit, but I took the test because I was planning on taking the test, and I took it a day earlier than I was planning because I have no patience. And so I did that. And then, were you actively trying? Yes, we were. And then, did you have any symptoms? So I think initially my biggest symptoms were like the sore boobs, but again, that's the same symptom as like starting your period. So it was really hard to know, like, is this just me starting my period, or is this like a pregnancy symptom? And because we were actively trying, I had downloaded this app called Flow. Not sponsored or anything, it's just what I found and downloaded. And I remember, like, you track your symptoms on there. So there was days where I had, like, you know, when I was ovulating, where I tracked like a side cramp, and then like breast tenderness and stuff like that. And it was kind of like, it's almost like my phone knew I was pregnant before I knew I was pregnant, because I started to receive like ads on Instagram and Facebook for like maternity clothes and like diaper bags and stuff like that. And I was like, is this like peeking in on my app, and like, does it know that I'm pregnant? It was so weird. And so because I started to see all of these things and see all these ads, and I kind of in my mind talked myself into thinking I was pregnant. And so at that point, but then I was like, you know, don't get excited and don't be one of those people. And so I was like, oh, like, I don't know. So it was just like this weird, like, I don't know. But yeah, the symptoms I had were sore boobs, super duper tired. And then as things progressed a little bit more, probably around week 6 is when I started to get nauseous, food aversions, and I feel like that's really been it so far. I think more recently I've also had this feeling of like fullness, like my stomach just feels, it hasn't gotten to the point where it started to grow out yet. I mean, it's like, I just feel chubby. Like, I've definitely lost all my definition. I've definitely lost muscle, but I haven't like started to get a baby belly yet, but it's gotten to the point where like, I just feel really just like full and heavy down there. And I think especially after I eat a large meal, it's just uncomfortable feeling. So there's that. It's actually, some things have gotten a lot better. Like, I used to get really bad headaches before I was pregnant, and I don't have headaches anymore, which is great. So like that's really good. Things like my blood pressure have gotten drastically better, which is kind of like, wow, this is amazing, you know? So it's like good things and bad things. But yeah, my energy is coming back. At a certain point, I was just so exhausted to the point where I could barely function. So I think another symptom that's been really bad for me is like the insomnia. I'll wake up almost consistently at like midnight every single night, and then I can't get back to sleep until like 3 or 4 a.m. So for those 3 hours, it's like tossing and turning, and then of course you start thinking about things and Googling things and blah, blah, blah. And so I guess that's been a really big symptom too. Okay, another question is, will you be going on a baby moon? Where to, and when's your due date? We're definitely gonna do a baby moon. It's not gonna be anything crazy. We're probably gonna combine like our 1-year wedding anniversary and the baby moon all in one. It's probably just gonna be like an extended weekend thing, nothing too crazy. We have a lot of travel this year, and we already knew that was gonna happen. So one of my friends is getting married, one of Matt's friends is getting married. There's a bachelorette party for my friend, there's a bachelor party for his friend. And then my dad is coming out. We're traveling to New Jersey to go see my grandma. And then what else is going on? Oh, baby shower is gonna happen. We're gonna go back to Arizona for the baby shower. And so there's just a lot of traveling going on this year. And then before I found out I was pregnant, I was planning on going to the Kentucky Derby this year, which is not happening. We were planning a trip to Hilton Head, and that's not gonna happen anymore. And so it's like, I already knew this was gonna be a heavy travel year, but finding out that you're pregnant on top of that, we cut some stuff out. And so it's just already gonna be a lot of traveling. So long story short, we're gonna do a baby moon. It'll be an extended weekend. I don't know where, but probably somewhere close, maybe something like Charleston. But we haven't really thought about that yet. And my due date is September 5th. A September baby, which is like, I don't think there's any September babies in my family. I could be wrong. I don't think so. So that's exciting. Another question is, are you going to continue to go to OTF, Orangetheory Fitness, for those of you who don't know? And is it safe during pregnancy to work out that hard? I am still going to Orangetheory. Now, there was a week there, so like right after I found out, like a week after I found out I had some spotting, freaked me out, called the doctor hysterical, and long story short, I didn't exercise for like a week and a half because I thought that that's what was causing the spotting. It wasn't what was causing the spotting. It was, I don't know what was causing the spotting, but, and luckily it hasn't happened again since. But, so there was like a week and a half there where I didn't go, not once. And it was probably good because that was the same week when the heavy like sickness kicked in and then the heavy exhaustion kicked in. And so I kind of like needed the resting time. And so since then I started going, so for the past 6 weeks I've still been going. I did cut back, so I used to go 5 or 6 times a week, and now I've been going 3 times a week. And that's been a struggle because I'm still going in the morning. And so like trying to wake up, especially after being exhausted for the night and then waking up for 4 hours, not being able to get back to sleep, falling asleep at 4 a.m. and then having to wake up at 5:30. It's like I'm exhausted by the time I wake up. So it's been hard, but I know that it's important to work out during pregnancy. And because I did Orangetheory before I got pregnant, and I did Orangetheory for a long time, I've been doing it for like 3 years. So it's okay to continue doing it because I'm not introducing something new. I have kind of cut back a little bit, not just times of the week I'm going, so from 5 to 3, but I've stopped jogging. I've been power walking instead, and I think I'll start jogging again. But I think for a while there I was just afraid to jog. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's totally safe to jog during pregnancy. So I think I'll pick that up again. But yeah, power walking, I've been using lighter weights. And then for the most part, just taking more breaks, really not pushing myself. So one of the things my doctor said is don't work out to the point of exhaustion. So the point where you can't talk, to the point where you're sweating so much that you can't dry off, which was kind of the norm for me. And so I've really had to cut back, really take my time, take more breaks, and not feel weird about it. So I'm a very competitive person, and so it's in my nature, and Orangetheory is perfect for that because you got the heart rates, everyone's heart rate you can see, everyone's spot points you can see. And so it's completely in my nature to like try to beat everybody, like try to beat my neighbor, try to be faster than my neighbor, try to use heavier weights than my neighbor. And so it's been hard for me to kind of like not feel weird about cutting back, you know what I mean? Like using lighter weights is okay, Melissa, like it's okay. You can use the 15-pound dumbbell, it's gonna be okay. And like, so it's been kind of weird for me in that sense, but now that my energy level has come back, or it's starting to come back, I think I can definitely increase back to some of my normal routines, just within reason. That was another thing my doctor told me, was just be smart about it, use common sense, don't do things like jumping, like you don't want to jump too much. Things like sit-ups, you know, you probably shouldn't be trying to work out your abs when your tummy is growing this way. And also at a certain point in pregnancy, you're supposed to avoid laying flat on your back, because your uterus is heavy, and as a baby starts to grow, it gets heavier and heavier, and it puts pressure on your spine, which can cut off like blood circulation, make me lightheaded, make the baby lose oxygen, things like that. So I have to be careful. Now that I'm over the first trimester is when you're supposed to start being careful about that. Even my trainer walked over to me one of the days and he was like, "Are you at the point where you shouldn't be laying on your back yet?" And I was like, "No, not yet." But yeah, so I'm gonna have to just modify things, basically. Another person asked, do you have any baby names picked out? We do. We have baby names for boy and girl. I've kind of been exploring other options for my girl name, not because I don't still love the name, but just because I decided on that name before I met Matt, like before I even had, you know, the thought of having kids. Like I just fell in love with that name so long ago, and I still love it, but it makes me think like, are there better options out there? And maybe I shouldn't second guess myself. Maybe I should just name, you know, if I have a girl, the name that I would be, but we'll see. So I'm still looking at other options for girl, but boy, we have 2 names picked out already, and it's gonna be one or the other. So that's that. We do not know if we're having a boy or girl yet. We're gonna find out very soon. So we took our blood work on Monday. Today's Saturday. So we took our blood work on Monday, and they said it'll take up to 10 days for your results. So basically, every time my phone rings, I'm like, what is it? What is it? And so I'm very anxious to find out, and I can't wait to find out. I'm so excited. But yeah. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. This is more of just a like, hey, I'm pregnant type video. But I do think I want to do like a first trimester recap for you guys, where I talk about the products that really helped me during my first trimester, like foods that I ate to help with the nausea, clothes that helped me with the uncomfortable feeling, things like that. So let me know if that's something that you were interested in. Things like, what did I first buy when I found out I was pregnant? Things like that, so let me know. I've also thought about doing, incorporating some baby type videos. Ooh, shortness of breath. That was another symptom that happened to me almost immediately, was I started running out of breath. For things like cleaning the bathroom, like sitting down, cleaning the toilet, I would run out of breath. And like, I've noticed that now it's getting worse and worse, especially filming. I've been like out of breath. But anyways, I've thought about filming like a baby clothes haul, because I have bought some baby clothes already. And I'll buy more, of course, when I find out the sex of the baby. So things like that, maternity clothes. Do you guys want to see baby videos from me? Or like, no, you don't want to see that. Like, no, stick to the makeup. So let me know, because I would love to start doing that. Although I love makeup, and although this is a makeup channel, I do think that eventually my channel is going to turn into a little bit more lifestyle while sticking with the makeup, just because that's where my life is going. That's what my life's going to be all about. So it's probably what I'm going to share with you guys. So let me know, but otherwise, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.